the year last night, because the last two league MVPs going head to head, they tried to make that case. This one had everything. Let's go to the shot sheet. There he is. Shea Butter and the Thunder getting ready to take on the Nuggets, led by Joker. Of course, we're picking it up in the third, guys, because, wow.
Saw a little bit more of that later on, but
yeah.
Shea obviously tying Wilt's record, 126 consecutive 20-point games. Just the consistency for him is remarkable. We saw that all the way till the final buzzer.
Very special moment. Fourth quarter now. Mark, get in there, Jared McCain.
Jared McCain. Been huge having him.
I don't think they sold too.
No.
Well, it's been huge having him get over there from Philly the last couple weeks, all the injuries they've had.
So this was crazy. Intense and scary. Dort on Joker, and if it looked a little familiar, we're going to explain it to you in a second now. But yeah, he sort of whacks his arm there. Not a deviated septum. I don't think that was it. But remember,
issue with these guys going back to last week, this play.
Yeah, that was
a very obvious flagrant 2, and this play last night was a very obvious flagrant 1.
Wait a minute, Spears, do you remember ever seeing Joker with an expression like that?
Yeah, his brother has that expression.
No!
I ain't messing with them dudes.
Not either one of them. Back to Monday night now.
Another pretty consistent guy right there.
Junior to Joker. Love to see that. 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter. SGA with a massive... or her Joker there with a massive shot.
Boy, Jalen Williams had a hell of a game, though.
Yeah, he did. Woo. Here's SGA. It's going back.
Foul.
Crowd
was
nuts.
Off a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just able to get into his spot so easily. Which, by the way, again, so does this guy.
Aaron. Like to see him back, too.
Also, Jalen Williams had an unbelievable game last night.
Foul is
you
No,
can't.
the foul was not.
You got to just let them shoot that shot. Can't give them a chance to get a 4-point play.
He knew it, too, though. And, of course, they take advantage of this.
Yes. Get the tie right here. Jamal Murray.
Boom.
Good to see him back on the court after that ankle sprain the other day. And then this guy gets to have his MVP moment to end the game.
Just let it ride. Because who else would? Other than him, Spears.
Not bad defense on Spencer Jones there.
I just love the animation.
He has right in his face.
It's so good. They tried it.
This shot
It looked good, didn't it?
It did look
not
good.
far away from 80 feet.
Look at him.
But alas, no.
Letting them know.
Unbelievable win, 129 to 126. Shea had quite a bit to reflect on after a big night.
Dub in the background
See
there.
the guy on the bench?
That's amazing.
Here's Shea.
Being in a conversation with a guy like that is it's special. It's crazy to think that where I was 10 years ago, I'd be here today. But you work hard, you trust the process, and you look up, and great things can happen for you. And I'm a testament to that.
I don't know how. I don't know. Do people know how hard it is to do that? You know, to play, to make a 20-point game in 10 games, not 120, whatever. It's special, and he's a special player, and it's a pleasure and privilege to battle against him.
Yeah, Wilt isn't the only legend that SGA now shares his stats with. A career-high 15 assists made him just the second player ever with 35 points, 15 assists, and 0 turnovers in a game since they were really being tracked back in 1977. He joins LeBron James in 2018. It's been a minute. All right, an incredible night. The elite of the West going head-to-head. Welcome in, everybody. Woo, so much to unpack. Ramona, this game, I mean, they put on a show for us.
I mean, look, they didn't have Chet Holmgren. They didn't have Alex Caruso. They didn't have all these other players that normally their depth is so critical for the City Thunder. But Shea was just at another level. And I remember covering this playoff series last year, and I walked away thinking Jokic was the MVP. Like, Jokic, like, I voted for Shea, but Jokic was the better player in that playoff series. After this game and after this regular season series between these two teams, I feel like Shea is the better player. Like, he didn't just hit one dagger, he hit 2, he hit 3. He just kept coming with the daggers. And I know his quote at the end is one of those all-time quotes. I already have the answers, but I need to know the questions. Follow him on Instagram. He does this all day long. He just drops bars every day.
All the time. Very insightful, too.
Yeah, he's typically Canada dry, crisp, clean, and cool.
Canada dry, like
but yesterday, man, I saw a different SGA, and I loved it. This was Bird. Yeah. This was Jordan. This was Iverson. This was Kobe. This was angry. And typically he moves on to the next game and shows some humility. Nah, he was angry. He was talking his talk. He was giving hand gestures. He gave them a peace sign. He told them they need to go somewhere. And I loved it. And perhaps it's because of this MVP race. Perhaps it's because his co-stars weren't there. Perhaps it's because people forgot. I ain't forgot. No. I know this dude is special, and he's MVP for a reason, and probably looking to get another one.
Yeah, his name is amongst quite a few of the people right now duking it out for MVP. And Shai said, y'all aren't talking about me enough. Let me remind you, he has all but ended the MVP debate after last night's performance. He's now minus 800 to win the award, with Joker second at 15-1. This felt like a signature moment in this race, Tim. This is your field of expertise. Was it that pivotal shift?
I mean, we'll see what happens over the final few weeks of the season. Shai has to stay healthy, obviously, right? He's only a few games north of that 65-game threshold, which obviously means if he goes below it, he won't be eligible for this award. By the way, Nikola Jokic only one game below that threshold in terms of games missed. Victor Wembanyama, the other guy in the race, he's only a few games away. So injuries could tell the tale. But if these guys all stay healthy, the Thunder stay in the first-place spot in the Western Conference standings. I don't think there's any way Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is not going to be the MVP this season. And that game last night, with those two daggers at the end of the game. And like you said, Mark, the emotion of that game. I think it's also the fact these two teams do not like each other. This is an old-fashioned NBA rivalry. You mentioned that 7-game series last year in the playoffs, Ramona. These teams have been duking out a couple years now at the top of the Western Conference standings. And I think you saw last night, that was a guy saying, I want to be ahead of Nikola Jokic in the MVP race, and I want to be on top of him again in the Western Conference playoffs because we want to be the first team since 2018 to win a second straight NBA title.
Yeah, no love lost, and once again, we benefit from it all. Man, SGA, of course, tied Wilt's mark with 126 straight 20-point games. And it's going to be a while before anyone else challenges it. He is 84 games ahead of the next man on the list, who's Kawhi Leonard, who was also in action.
Jaylen Brown in that. I like Jaylen Brown in that record.
Okay, only got 15?
I know, it's nuts. All right, next at Clippers, Kawhi looking to extend that scoring streak. And getting into it nice and early here in the first quarter. Clippers up 4. It's a nice bucket for him there.
Kawhi's been an unbelievable rhythm this year. It's been really fun.
Truly, he's moving different, even better. Come on, cousin. Mi primo. Karl Antonio Towns, as I call him.
First 30-point game since December.
Which is nuts. Since right after Christmas. Yes. What are we talking about? Later in the second. OG guarding Kawhi. Okay.
I mean, OG is one of the best perimeter defenders in the league. And he didn't
no is right.
guard him in this game last night.
Yes. Kawhi had 21 in the first half, sending that streak to 42 consecutive 20-point games. Nicely done. Let's jump over to the fourth. Ramona. Kawhi. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to see Darius Garland back on the court. Dealt with, obviously, all those foot injuries the last about year with Cleveland. Saw him after the game last night. He's happened to be in L.A. Played really well in this game last night.
Oh, it's Pops Winston.
Look at how many passes they're making there.
The ball movement is phenomenal.
I'm telling you, Clippers shot very well from three-point in this game, and I think that's the key for them going forward. And it started with Kawhi Leonard. He just said, I haven't been known as being a three-point shooter, but if that's what it takes for my teammates to keep shooting him, I'm going to keep shooting him.
Okay, so the Clippers have been one of the best teams in the NBA since their 6-21 start. Their 26-11 record since that is the third in NBA behind the Celtics and Spurs, while their 118 offensive efficiency is the ranks fourth right now. How impressed were you, Kawhi?
It's cool, but the job ain't done. The season not over, so I mean, it's what's expected. Like I told the fellas, we don't train to lose, we train to win.
Guys always continue to keep fighting when our back's against the wall. And I credit all my coaching staff just for doing a great job, like I said earlier, of just staying with it, being positive, continue to help these guys get better. And, to start 6-21 and be, 500 right now, it's a big thing for us.
The most Kawhi response of all time. It's cool. It's just
listen, I do a lot of post-game interviews down at Intuit Dome, so I hear a lot of Kawhi answers this way. And he just, I like the way he's setting the tone for this team because, A, he's out there. He's available. He's been playing all the time. But he basically said, like, oh, you're happy to be back at 500? And he's like, no.
No. Which is fair.
Like 500 is where we should be. Well, they shouldn't even be 500. They were picked by some people in the top 3 in the Western Conference starting this season. And so I think every single night, look, they've traded James Harden. They've had injuries in and out of this series all year long. And yet the one guy who's been consistent, did you ever think we would say it, is Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard has been out there and available and dropping 20 points every single night, 42 games in a row. Like this is This is the Kawhi that they thought they were getting all those years ago when they got him as a free agent in 2019. You see these glimpses, but they rarely last long. He's made it last, even though he's been playing with ankle and knee and all that. He's played through this stuff this year. Yeah.
You know, I talked to Brook Lopez after the game, and he said, hey, it was really tough when James Harden and Zubac were dealt. But he said the expectations, even with all the changes of this team, didn't change. And he felt like they've turned a corner. This team is very, very confident, even with all these newcomers. And he believes that they're capable of beating anybody in the league. I mean, the record suggests that they are certainly dangerous.
Yeah.
If you're the Thunder or the Spurs, that's your first round matchup is Kawhi and company and with nothing to lose.
Look at that 8-9, though.
I would think either would
Clippers
lose to
and
them,
Warriors, Mark.
Yeah. But you got to see that Clippers team in the first round. That's a tough matchup even for the top contenders.
No doubt. I mean, I think they're the clear favorites to get to 7th with all the injuries that Phoenix has. And look, to me, the thing watching that game last night, being an Intuit Dome, seeing Kawhi do his thing yet again for this Clipper team, it does feels like the final gut punch for this entire Clipper era with Kawhi Leonard. You mentioned it, Ramona. Like, I covered that Raptors run all the way to the title in 2019. Kawhi looks better than he did then. He's playing unbelievably well. He's, I think, got a chance to be a first-team All-NBA player this year. And for that to be happening now, 7 years after he got to L.A., after all the stuff that's happened, while we're waiting for the potential punishments to come down from Olympic Tower in relation to this aspiration scandal that's sort of clouded the entire Clipper season, it is unbelievable that this is what the version of Kawhi that's come now when all this other stuff has happened. And frankly, yes, this Clippers team will be a dangerous team to play in the first round, but they're not a team that has any real threat to make any noise.
Sure. If anything else, they shouldn't be